Welcome back here to the 2013 PSP Chicago Open. Matty Marshall alongside Nikki Cuba, the legends of the game from Infamous, and also Todd Martinez, the coach of Omaha Vicious. So here we go. We are about to watch this next matchup between Hustle and VcK in the D2 finals. And we saw, this is the second time this year that Hustle has been in the final matchup. They lost to DC Devastation in the first event. And awesome play, and that was one of the most exciting games of the entire tournament because it came down to one-on-ones, a shootout. So I'm hoping that we might get blessed with an awesome some one-on-one shootouts today, because that's what happens if you have a tie match and it goes into overtime and the 3-minute overtime period expires with no one scoring a point. Well, then it heads to shootouts, and that's what happened to Hustle and DC Devastation, and DC Devastation ended up winning that. So now VcK playing against Hustle here. Looking forward to this matchup.
Yeah, VcK, they're out of Houston, Texas. John Jackson's team, you know, supporter of the webcast out here, Pro Edge Paintball. He and his brother Fuzzy out here, you know, they had a good tournament. I believe they won MAO as well. So, I mean, they're out here trying to repeat, playing against, we got a former pro down there, you know, Hustle. Tim Jenkins, you know, longtime player in the circuit, in the pro leagues, played with the Philly Americans.
Going up the gut is Tim Jenkins.
And there goes VcK. They're going to lose a body. They go up the middle on the break towards the snake side. Jenkins gets bounced in the middle of the field. VcK loses the first body. Hustle loses their first body. And Tim Jenkins does end up getting pulled out of that middle.
Both of them at 2 lost bodies right now.
VcK all the way down to snake 3 right now.
Yeah, so good position on the field for VcK as they are in the snake and in the 50-yard line center structure. And for VcK, past the 50-yard line here in the snake.
You know, I apologize, this is VcK2. This is VcK's other team. And that's Lum right there in snake 3. And he is gonna run down the sideline and bunker out. Hustle player in the Dorito.
Still alive, bunkering out. They were shooting out, you know, the opposite side, Dorito side.
Devin Stewart.
And out the game.
Devin Stewart comes in behind him and shoots out the last player. So VcK2 getting on the board right now. Drawing first blood, attacking that snake side up the middle, went up to the pin. Just opened up the door for number 5, David Loom, to come all the way down the snake, get some kills, break the game open.
Yeah, so VcK2 closing out this particular point with 3 bodies alive.
David Loom looking really solid right there. You know, he had all the guns turned off of him, and he was able to realize that and then just come down the field, bunker out his snake side, and shoot the Dorito side.
Yeah, so here we go, score 1-0, and we are going to be right back with more of this Division II final in just a second. Welcome back. This game brought to you by Challenge Park Extreme here in Joliet. And if you have not been to this field and you love the game of paintball, then you're missing out, because this is one of the best fields on the planet Earth. So here we go, VcK and Hustle in this D2 final, 13:31 left to go. This is a race to 5. So the past 2 games you've watched in the divisional finals are a race to 4, but now we're stepping up the skill level in D2. It's a race to 5. 5 bodies alive for VcK2.
Hustle just drops actually 2 bodies. Hustle drops.
Yeah, VcK2 tried to left early out of the flag station up towards the Dorito side, tried to tag back, actually made it out to the can and then got shot going to the corner. But number 18, Devin Stewart from VcK2 gets a major penalty and gets 2 bodies pulled. David Loom gets pulled off this side and only 1 VcK player left. He is in Snake 1 against 3 players from Hustle. He gets one of them. Makes it a 2-on-1.
Yeah, Jerry Williams taking the walk, or actually the run. He's sprinting back to the box, or to the pits. And then now it looks like Mark Yarko is making his move for Hustle. Did he get the shot on him?
Wow.
No, he called him out.
No.
Oh, he left him in. 1-on-1 situation of 3-on-1, and now a 1-on-1. Brown going to work for VcK.
Yeah, CJ Cantor and Willie Brown over here in a 1-on-1 situation. This would be a big point for Hustle if CJ Cantor can pull off this 1-on-1 and tie it up.
Oh, and he shot him in the face.
And he was in such, an unideal spot being in the Snake. When you go into a 1-on-1 situation or a 1-on-3, you do not want to be in the Snake. Your head's down. You're kind of, fighting your way up and having such a harder snapshot.
Yeah, well, it's tough because when you're in the Snake, in a 1-on-1 situation, you'll see guys back up off bunkers. I mean, you don't have to worry about all those variables now. It's just one guy you're looking at. And one of the cardinal sins of a 1-on-1 is you never want to actually put your face in the dirt. You want to have to dive into a bunker. You don't want to have to. You want stand-ups is what you want to work with. There's a lot of stand-up bunkers in that center of the field. Yeah. And when you're forced to play that low, it kind of puts yourself in a bad situation, but still able to pull it off. Let's check out this replay here.
And here's that first guy that comes and tries to attack him. He shoots him and then tucks back in.
And right before
the
that,
referee
he shot
tells
the guy
him
in the center.
The referee tells him. Yeah, the referee closest. The referee tells him to go. That's coming on the backside. And then the other referee leaves him in. Calls out the Hustle player. You see the referee calling him out, but he says no, he shot him first. So.
Well, let's check down on the sidelines with the 4th member of our broadcast team, Lauren Kelly. What do you got?
Hey there, guys. I'm in the Hustle pit with CJ Cantor right now. What issues are you guys having out there? You're down 2-0.
I mean, we're not rolling our guns. We're not getting the communication going. They're getting a couple of us off the break. We're not really getting to our bunkers, our primaries off the break. So we need to get there, shoot our guns, start talking, get the communication rolling, and play some Hustle paintball.
All right, well, Hustle is down 2-0. We will see if they can get a point on the board.
So 12 minutes and 3 seconds remain in this Division II final matchup. Hustle definitely not want to put themselves where, hey, you make it to the finals twice, second twice. Tampa Bay Damage had done that in the first 2 events and was very frustrated with themselves. And Hustle, right now, they got to change it up, or it's going to be, or that's going to be what happens again.
And Hustle goes up the middle of the field. They lose the guy trying to go to the Dorito 1 off the break, but Tim Jenkins attacks the middle of the field, gets there just a second too late, and misses the Snake guy going in for VcK. VcK, all 5 bodies alive there in both corners. The tower on the Dorito side and the tower on the Snake side. Trying to protect number 45, I'm sorry, 46, William Brown, who just had that fantastic game over here.
Yeah, so good field position up in the center for Hustle, trying to turn this game around here. So they have the but they lose number 78. Getting shot out of his bunker for Hustle.
Yeah, he comes running off the field right there. That was Jerry Williams. Gets shot by Loom over here in the Snake corner, but then Loom gets shot out of the Snake corner.
So deaths back and forth with both teams. Still good field position, though, for Hustle, even though they are losing some of their back players.
Ooh, that looks like that Hustle player took a shot going into the Dorito, too.
So now it's a 3-on-2 Hustle with 2 players, Tim Jenkins in the center of the field at the A. They also have Snake 2 for Hustle. Snake 1 for VcK and Dorito 1 for VcK.
Yeah, Tim Jenkins still hugged into that A over there.
If he gets this shot on this snake, you know, even it out, it'll be a way better situation for Hustle right now. Right now, no one's watching Dorito side.
Yeah, and there's nobody over there either. It's just Tim Jenkins and Patrick Arnold, and Arnold's in snake too. So if anybody comes down that Dorito side, Arnold is going to have to protect Jenkins because Jenkins is focused solely on the snake side. 4 bodies still left alive here for VcK.
Yeah, but the 2 bodies for Hustle, just they're crossed up in those center 50s. So the ball is on the Dorito side. What is the Dorito 1 player doing?
Yeah, I don't know. He's got plenty of room to go. All he's got to do is put a couple balls back in.
Right now, that
Patrick
snake
Arnold.
2 player from Hustle can shoot over the top of the Xbox and in between the fingers to the outside of Dorito 1.
Yeah, but a death happens in the center, and Hustle is going to have another body come off. They only have 1 player left, and it looks like he's just going to get run down. So William Brown.
Oh, a little extra.
Oh.
And the referee is going to throw a minor. So that's going to be a 1-for-1 on VcK. Still talking about it. Might want to run off the field before he gets another minor.
And still, I mean, I don't know what that Dorito 1 player was doing over there. I mean, and then even after all that chaos happened,
Yeah,
he was alive
there's a
the
body
whole
in the
time.
corner over there too. That's just, you know, lack of communication.
Yeah, miscommunication over there. So just a little bit miscommunication, but still able, VcK, regardless, hey, it doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to happen. So they score another point victory here. The score is now 3-1 in this race to 5. Hustle, if they don't pick it up, man, they're gonna take 2nd place again. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back here. Matty Marshall alongside Todd Martinez and a legendary player, Nikki Cuba from Los Angeles Infamous. So, Nikki, what's the mindset on the team right now as we have a little quick timeout here? It's being called by Hustle, and they need it because they're losing 3-0 in this D2 final. So what's going on in you guys' heads right now?
Right now, you know, for Infamous, it is stop beating yourself. You know, our team, we give teams a, you know, either a 2-3-0 lead, 4-0 lead. We also get penalties. You know, we need to stop that across the board. You know, from the start of the game, we need to come out hungry, fast, in your face, and not give teams that lead, and also don't put ourselves in penalty.
Yeah, it's always tough when you have to fight through penalties. And I also would have to say there's a little bit of a consistency issue with some of the guys on the team. But you guys don't look bad. It's just, you know, you guys won this event last year. There's not that much of a change in your roster. There's amazing talent on your team. Everyone expects big things. I know you expect big things out of yourselves. And again, there's, at any event, you guys could win any event. That's the thing. But you got to maintain that confidence, you know, that confidence in your ability out there.
It is. I've played on many teams, you know. I've been through the circuit. And this team is one of the most talented teams I've ever played on. Yeah. You know, these young kids coming up, Damian Ryan, you know, Drew Templeton, Brad McCurley, these guys have talent that could put them, you know, from the best on the field to, you know, top 5.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, I don't know. It's a matter of time until you guys get it back together. It'll be fine, but it just, you know, I expect to see you guys in the finals one of these days, man. Hopefully in the next couple events. So here we go. So here we go. 3-0 is the score. 9 minutes and 4 seconds to go. And Hustle had called that timeout just a few seconds before the start of this next point. And on the breakout, you're watching Hustle try to get out on the snake side of the field. And there's the eye in the sky. Uh-oh, referee running in. Anytime you see that and the guy's hit, sometimes you're going to see a penalty. Oh, he's clean, but then he got shot.
Yeah, he got eaten up in that middle. He had nowhere to go. Yeah,
but VcK also lose their snake guy that shoots a guy in the center of the field where you don't know why they ran 2 guys. You know, maybe it was miscommunication or just bad play call.
Well, so here we go. 8 minutes and 28 seconds to go in this matchup, but VcK is 2 points away from taking this victory. VcK, again, they're going to be on the left-hand side of your screen. There's VcK's line on the snake side, back bunker. And right now, VcK down 2 bodies from their 5 that they started with. They still have Edward, Stewart, and Schlon on the field. Hustle, 4 bodies alive for them. And this is a must-win situation for them to grab that momentum back from VcK too. And a move being made on the Dorito side of the field. They see the back bunker trying to pick that up. You can see top right-hand portion of your screen. And there's that cross-field spread from Hustle, 4 players left alive. You can see 1 in Dorito 1 over there, top right-hand portion, directly center. A move just made on the snake side.
Tim Jenkins now up in the middle, trying to creep in and get a shot on that Dorito player, but he gets a shot in on him first and may have traded. Oh no, Hustle player still alive as well in the Dorito 2. So now 3 bodies still left alive versus, I believe, just the 1.
I believe it's actually 2, 3 on 2. VcK has both corners.
Oh, there he is in the corner. So both corners for VcK. Snake 3, Snake 1, and Dorito 2 for Hustle.
Right now, the second Hustle player needs to recognize what's going on and bring his body into the center of the field to be able to break it open.
VcK player asking for a check in the snake corner. Dorito corner dies for VcK, so just 1 body, and no, he gets shot by number 1, Patrick Arnold, who come down the snake.
Hustle getting on the board finally.
Yeah, they needed
with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Yeah, they needed that point right there. So CJ Canner and Jerry Williams still alive for them. So nice work done by Hustle in that point to finally avoid a shutout. And with 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go, it looks like, well, at least we got ourselves a game. 2 points now separate these teams, but VcK still looking pretty solid. VcK2 still looking pretty solid. Todd, Top Gun taking on Moscow Red Legion in the Challengers final around 4 o'clock Central Time here. Who do you like in that matchup?
Well, we really know how talented Moscow Red Legion is. Regardless of their lineup, they always field a good team. They got Biernikov, they got Pantaleev. They got stellar players that are still on that roster, and they've been demolishing teams all weekend. But after that last semifinal match from Top Gun, I really liked what I saw out of Top Gun, and I think Top Gun has a chance. So I think I'm going to pull a little bit for Top Gun here just to see if we can get a little upset, because everybody was expecting Moscow Red Legion to win the Challengers Division.
Yeah, as soon as everyone found out that Moscow Red Legion had got relegated down to the Challengers Division, was definitely sent a shockwave through the paintball world. And like, oh my God, this is crazy. You know, I mean, the PSP, you can't sleep on anybody, because if you mess up, I mean, you know, Infamous had to fight through a relegation game again. That's two tournaments in a row, but they've won both those games real solid, and proving that they deserve to be in the Champions Division. But with Moscow Red Legion and the Top Gun game that's coming up in a little bit here, yeah, Top Gun, man, they have a lot of guys on that team that can absolutely play, and not just play at this level, but play very well. Ryan Martin used to play with San Diego Dynasty as well as Los Angeles Ironman, and he was a very good, productive member for both of those teams. Now playing with some of his boys on T1 Top Gun. And they also have guys like Steven Lasher and Heyman Chapman. Now, Steven Lasher, He had played with Infamous before he took a little time off, and then also Heyman Chapman had played with Moscow Red Legion. So that's going to be kind of interesting too. That's actually the first time we thought of that, is that Heyman Chapman's playing against his former team. But here we go, back into the thick of it. Division II finals coming at you. Let's see if VcK2 can put another point on the board and go up 4-1, or is Hustle going to fight back? 5 players alive for both teams right now, but VcK2 has a player up in the center.
Penalty for VcK2.
And that is
going down that side.
Hurt.
That
is gonna hurt bad.
big time.
And penalties kill you in the divisional ranks because there's no box. Like, they don't have to go to the penalty box and spend time there. What happens is either 2-for-1 or 1-for-1, which means if you get a minor penalty, you and one of your buddies is coming off, and if you get a major, it's a 2-for-1. That means you and 2 of your buddies are coming off.
Number 1 in the snake right now for Hustle. Just needs to crawl down. Patrick Arnold, crawl down, finish it out, save time, conserve time. There's only 5:30 left in this game. He'll make it a 3-2.
So here we go.
And
We
they
got
have the momentum.
So it was a major penalty on David Lum. The momentum has completely shifted back to Hustle as they're fighting to win this event here. They took second place at the last one, the Mid-Atlantic Open, a couple months ago, and against DC Devastation, who DC Devastation was up 3-1 in their semifinal matchup, and they ended up losing that match. And unfortunate turn of events for them, not able to repeat here. So with 5:25 left to go, score 3-2, still in favor of VcK2, but Hustle is looking pretty solid right now. We'll see in just a second. Welcome back to CPX Sports Park here, a little outside of Chicago, Illinois. I'm up here with Todd Martinez and Nikki Cuba, legendary player from Los Angeles Infamous, formerly of Excessive, formerly of Los Angeles Ironman, 2-time world champion, and I'm Matty Marshall. So here we go, 5 minutes and 25 seconds remain. VcK2 thrown down against Hustle. And how much do you think the divisional players have time to scout the pro games? I mean, obviously they can always go and watch the webcast, and make sure to check out Paintball Access, and we have tons of behind-the-scenes content, interviews, stories, blogs, and statistics from the professional ranks. And you know, there's just so many interesting stories that go on behind the scenes with all of these teams.
Yeah, there is. And you know, if I was a pro player or a divisional player, I would spend as much time watching the pro games as possible, because I mean, being a pro coach, pro player, I come out here and I watch other pros because that's how you learn, because there's so much creativity out here in the pro division, because you're going to play so many points out here in practice and at the tournament, but the layouts are always a little bit different at the tournament when you get here than they are at practice. So there's all these little things that you can pick up and things that you don't think of, and there's so many good players. I mean, before our match this morning, I got here first thing in the morning and I saw Nicky down in the field. I finally got a chance to talk to him about the layout and the way he played it and what they saw. You know, we tried to incorporate some of those things already. It's never too late to learn and get better and make adjustments that you think are going to help you win. It's those minor adjustments most of the time that help you win tournaments.
Of course, man. And not only minor adjustments, but like you were saying, these teams, they practice this layout for a couple of, you know, the layout is released a couple weeks before the event. You spend a couple weeks out there training. But paintball is a game of angles, and you know, every time they lay the field out, there's always little slight inches difference here and there, which actually can make a big difference. And I was the same way. When I was coming up, man, I would go out of my way to watch and come and physically see what the professional teams and players were doing, so that I could just try to get a read on, well, who's doing what works out there, you know, what works. I mean, if you're going to be a good paintball player, you need to be like Anderson Silva in mixed martial arts, essentially be like water, you know, and able to take, you know, any sort of form that you need to, and take knowledge wherever it may come from. You never know who's going to be able to teach you something out there.
Yeah, sometimes you watch divisional games and learn stuff. I know that I always try and help the divisional teams as much as I can whenever we're at events and watching games, helping coach, giving strategies, and you never know, sometimes they say something, you're just like, wow, I didn't think of that, you know, and try and incorporate it, make use of it.
So can VcK2 get it back together, or are they going to continue to lose points to Hustle? They're still up by 1, score 3-2, and Hustle had called that timeout.
VcK losing a player on the break. Tim Jenkins coming up in the middle for Hustle, getting a shot on Snake 1. So that's 2 players down for VcK.
Yeah, so VcK2 continuing to drop the ball here as Willie Brown gets shot by Tim Jenkins and Corey Skinner gets a shot on Devin Stewart. Now David Lum comes off as well, so Hustle about to tie this game up. Man, VcK is completely dropping the ball right now, man.
Yeah, after a quick 2-0 lead, Hustle, or 3-0 lead, Hustle is fighting back right now, trying to get back in this game. Not willing to go down without a fight. Arnold is in Snake 2 again. He's got help with him. Putting pressure over there on the Dorito side. VcK players are just walking off left and right. Arnold has full control of the Snake. He can come all the way down to the end. And they are gonna shoot the last player. Here comes Arnold. He's gonna come on the offensive and bam. Get some. Number 12, Coy Edwards. Last player for VcK. He comes walking off. And Jerry Williams got that flag. He is gonna run it in and even this game up for Hustle, 3-3. And with 3:54 left to go in this match, we're all tied up. It is a race to 5. Both teams now even. So we'll see what kind of game plans these guys come back with. See who wants this one more. I mean, it's a dogfight right now.
Yeah, and great job by Hustle to get back in this matchup. It's so frustrating and it's just a mental blow when you go down 3-0, especially in a race to 5. In a race to 7, you have a little bit more time to work with. You got a little bit more time as far as the actual how much time is in regulation. There's 20 minutes in the Champs and Challengers leagues, but you know these guys are dealing with a 15-minute time period and then only a race to 5. So the composure that Hustle is showing right now and coming back and tying this up, just awesome job by Hustle. They really don't want to take second place again. They took second place at the last event. And also remember to sign your team up for the next event. PSPevents.com, check it out. Get your team into the fight as the 2013 PSP West Coast Open coming at you August 16th through the 18th, held at the A.B. Brown Sports Complex in Riverside, California. PSPevents.com. And I'm really looking forward to that event. And I want to see, you know, West Coast is obviously a real big hotbed. California, in Southern California, well, all of California, as we see a lot of awesome teams coming out of Northern California. But what teams are going to come out of the woodwork over there and who's going to win that event? Also, get your team into the World Cup, the biggest event of the year of the world. Over 360 teams were at the 2012 World Cup. So it's going to be held at the Fantasy of Flight, October 17th through the 20th in Polk City, Florida, a little outside of Orlando.
Yeah, that is always the one that everybody looks forward to all year. PSP World Cup. It's a tournament everybody wants to win.
It's such a big stripe. Man, if you can win a World Cup, it's an amazing experience, let me tell you that. So here we go. Is it going to be VcK2 or Hustle? 3 minutes and 48 seconds remain. Tim Jenkins doing a lot of work for Hustle on their comeback. 4 confirmed kills for him. Oh, but Patrick Arnold, he gets taken out by Willie Brown. So here comes VcK. And no one in the Snake, no one up the Dorito side. Real conservative breakout for both these teams.
Yep, and both teams lose their Snake corner right away. First one to take advantage is VcK2 as they come across into Snake 1, immediately go to Snake 2, considering going into Snake 3, changes his mind as the Hustle player bumps from the tower into the Snake corner. VcK matches him up, gets in the Snake corner as well, gonna start controlling the wire. Front player for Hustle, number 33, Mark Yarko, working strictly across the field towards the Dorito side. And Brown now backs up. He's the one that had that 1-on-3, I believe, pulled that out. He's now
Yarko
Snake
looking to
2.
be offensive right now. You know, he's got his gun up. He's looking to push in that corner and maybe make a move into the Snake, which he needs to do, and he does right now. matches VcK into the snake.
Yeah,
And-
so right now, Hustle is in good position over here on the snake side of the field. Both of these teams down a body. Oh, Hustle losing another one. Josh Markland gets shut out by, yeah, I thought that was David Lung, but no, I think it was Zach Sean. So here we go. 2 minutes and 15 seconds left. It's all tied up at 3 apiece. This could be the last point. A little bit of a longer point here. VcK2 with the advantage. One body more than Hustle on the field right now. Tim Jenkins, CJ Cantor, and Mark Yarko.
And you know what? This could come down to it right now as we hit the 2-minute mark on the board.
But you see both teams, they come out, they know it's 3-3 Todd. They know time is ticking. They don't want to make mistakes. They've seen some of their bodies leave off the field.
Oh, another body dropping for Hustle.
And that is gonna hurt Yarko over here as they lose their snake corner. Yarko's all by himself over here. What Brown needs to do is turn the corner, come down here, get Yarko off the field. And here he comes. Oh! He thought about it, but got a face full of paint.
Yarko got a face full of paint from the snake corner.
Yeah, so
Good exchange.
Yeah, good exchange, take each other out, and here comes VcK2. So smartly, Hustle, as soon as they see their last guy die, they concede the point, and thus assuring that they're gonna have at least, so they have 1 minute and 12 seconds left, so they have some time.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, time to come back and score a point. You can score very fast points. We've seen a couple sub 30-second points so far out here on this field. And
you could definitely do it, like 22, 25 seconds.
yeah, you absolutely can. You can definitely score quick points out here. There's lots of options available for attackers on the field. On the snake side, snake one is definitely makeable off the break, and within that center, and basically the strategy that you want to have in a situation like this. So Hustle down by 1 point, and with 1 minute and 12 seconds left, they can definitely do this. But what they need to do is, well, with 1 minute and 12, you want to get a good breakout. Try to isolate, get some kills off the break, but then you're going to have to make a move up the center and then also try to get up on the snake side and the Dorito side. But you want to do one guy goes and another guy plays off of his move. If you got that first attacker go through when the guns turn, you got to take advantage of that. All right, so let's see if Hustle can get it done, or is VcK2 going to take this victory? We'll see in just a second. Come right back. Welcome back here. Welcome back. Manny Marshall alongside Todd Martinez and Nikki Cuba. Score 3-4. Here we go. Just under 2 seconds to go for the start of what could be the last point. And breaking out here. Let's see. Aggressive breakout, of course, for Hustle. As we were saying, they have to push aggressively, and they're not able to get any sort of thing done up the center, and they also lose a player on the snake side of the field.
Actually, 3 bodies fall off for Hustle.
Yeah, so it's going to be just 2 on 5 right now with under a minute to play. So unless the resurrection of Jesus Christ comes and happens and blesses Hustle with a couple kills for VcK2, man, they're gonna take the loss again. So what an unfortunate turn of events. If you're a Hustle fan out there playing on that team, it's looking like they are going to take second place again. 2 events in a row.
It's so tough to get to the finals, much less close one out, but you got to give it to Hustle for getting here. But give it to VcK. Obviously, that program down there in Houston working well as VcK won 1 MAO, now VcK2 winning the Chicago Open. And they are ecstatic. They are going to stand in the middle of the field as the last couple seconds are going to tick off and the horn is going to blow, sealing the deal for Hustle. So, I'm sorry, for VcK. So VcK right now, they're high-fiving each other. they're going to go ahead and take home that crown.
Yeah, so congratulations to VcK2. Hustle looked like they were coming back, but VcK2 just refusing to let them back in the matchup, and they will take the victory here in D2. So thank you guys for tuning into the webcast. We still have a lot more paintball coming at you. D1 final, the Challengers final with Top Gun and Moscow Red Legion. And then, of course, the game we're all waiting for. Can Houston Heat take down San Diego Dynasty, or is Dynasty going to win 3 events in a row? Well, we're going to find out here in just a little bit. So we're going to be right back. Do not go anywhere.